Hello everyone, this is Ron. Welcome to another King of Fighters All-Star video, and in today's video we are going to talk about the pull or skip decision of the Ultimate Volume 7 where Terry Bogard and Oswald is available. Now both of these characters are of course very strong, and all the Ultimate characters are actually very strong. Of course there are some certain differences between their kits, and these are things that we need to talk about, that what are the benefits that we might actually get if we pull this character, and if we skip this character what we are actually losing. So I'll be talking about some of the good stuffs about this banner and some of the negative stuffs that I personally facing or probably I will face, but I am still willing to pull this banner, and I will let you take the decision, because if you skip the banner you can save rubies for the upcoming banner always, but at the same time this banner is also very strong. Now why I'm telling that this banner is particularly strong, for that I need to take you to this Terry's crafting event.
Hey,
where,
let's fight!
where we can actually craft this star and moon imperial stones. And if you check this star and moon imperial stones, there's a big surprise, guys. Let's check out the effects. First one is going to increase the 10% attack, and one thing I must say, that whenever we see these imperial stones without pulling them, without upgrading them, we see a very low percentage, but this percentage might actually grow when we upgrade these stones. I don't even know what is going to be the final percentage. Probably it will grow, probably it will not. But look at this, guys. The third effect, increase wildcard fighters attack by 30%. 20% extra attack from one imperial stone. And if you check out this star imperial stone, let me take you directly to the third effect, another 30%. That means another 20% extra attack than any normal imperial stones. That means both of these imperial stones are actually giving you 20 plus 20, 40% extra attack. That's incredible, guys. Now before reaching to any calculation, let's take a good look at the kits and see that how these kits are going to be supported by these imperial stones and vice versa. So first let's talk about Oswald, and he's going to be a red element character, and he is going to increase the attack by all red element fighters by 70%, and by this I mean that he is going to be very important for plugin plants. Now here is another thing that you need to know, that plugin plants will require a very high amount of momentum and overpower, and this character is not having high amount of momentum and overpower in his core or skill anywhere. He doesn't have anything. Why? Because he is designed to be a support, and he is designed to be playable or effective against the normal guild that is having, we see the Rugal guild or the guild with Giz Howard. This sort of guild is ideal for this character. And also another reason is, characteristically Oswald is a character who has a very confused setup, and even the developers are not even sure about his mechanisms. So his kit is kind of a little bit confused, but at the same time very effective, and let me show you why. Look at this, his ultimate break. Look at the different type of effects which we are having. Usually what we see in any character, we will see a certain effect going up and up and up with certain stages, but look at this. He is going to decrease target's damage, target's defense, increase target's damage received, decrease target's critical hit resist rate. That's important thing, because so far we have seen this critical hit resist thing in the plugins, in the plugin effects, but we haven't really saw this sort of thing in any of these characters. Now they have started to release really advanced level characters who can deal with these options. So this is one thing to understand. Also he's getting quite a good amount of critical damage buff, and his enhances basic attacks when active stacks up to 54. He is going to have a very high amount of basic attack damage, 2500%, even more than Psyche. So see, he is having quite a mixed up kit. he has having a very strong features and some interesting features. For example, increase attack by 500%. Why 500%? I think even Mukai is having more percentage. I think Mukai is having 700%. Last Banner, Benimaru, and Athena are having 800% attack. Terry is having 800% attack. Why this guy is having 500% attack? At the same time, a lot of confusion. And also he's having critical rate, critical damage. See, critical rate 35%, a little bit more than most fighters. 5% more, I think. So kind of here and there kit, but at the same time potentiality is kind of endless. His active 2 skill and active 3 skill, both of them are going to give bleeding damage, huge amount of bleeding, and bleeding is effective against Inferno Guild, against Rugal. Of course you will need Poison Striker, and of course his finisher is going to increase basic attack damage. So, and mostly his skills are having blast skill, strike skill, both of them are here. His finisher is strike skill, his default finisher is blast skill, active 3 is blast skill, active 2 is strike skill, active 1 is strike skill. Kind of a mixed bag kit, but at the same time very effective, and he is going to be a great support. So if you are facing problem in cases like, for example, Aegis Challenge, this character is not going to do very well, because game mode like Aegis Challenge, game modes like, for example, Plug-in Plant, game modes like what should I say, the Guild Boss Challenge, this character is not going to do well. But he is going to do well against the normal guild, and he is going to act as a great support in all the game modes. That means all the other game modes, even in Aegis Challenge or everywhere, because he is going to decrease the defense of the enemy, and he is going to do a lot of things. So he's a great support for all the game modes, but his damage is going to work only in the normal guild against Geese and Rugal. That's the property of this character. Now let's talk about Terry, because his kit is different. He's going to increase blue element fighters attack by 70%, and he is a character, he is having inbuilt momentum and overpower. We'll talk about it as we proceed. So this makes him ideal for Plug-in Plant, ideal for Aegis Challenge, ideal for Guild Boss Challenge. Let's talk about the core effects. And his main thing is going to be this active 3 skill, 40% skill cooldown reduction for 10 seconds, and also 400% buff when he is in auto mode, ideal for Plug-in Plant farming. And also another active 3 skill cooldown reduction by 70%, 70% and 40%, that's 110% active 3 skill cooldown reduction. That means his skill is probably going to be, you just have to tap on it long time, or you have to spam it. It will be always available for 10 seconds. That's a long freaking time. And increased strike skill. His kit is totally concentrated, guys, on strike skill and active 3 skill. That's the first thing to note. Active attack increase 800%, very much ideal and very much high. Just as much high as Benimaru. He also has 800%, as much as high as Athena. All these characters having 800%. I think Adelheid and Hadron. I think Adelheid is having 800%, but Hadron is having less. PG gain ideal, critical rate. See, critical rate 30%, lower than a little bit lower than Oswald, because Oswald is unusual. Oswald is kind of an unusual character. But critical rate ideal 30%, critical damage 350% ideal. Active 3 skill coefficient damage 400%, and momentum by 10% up to 50%. Momentum in the core, very important, guys. Very important for Plug-in Plant, very important for Aegis Challenge, very important for Guild Boss Challenge. And also this active 3 skill damage coefficient, that's gonna work in all the game modes. Starving Wolf, this is also another buff skill. This is going to increase active skill damage by 25% up to 200%, and active 3 skill is going to also fall into this category. That means active 3 skill is getting endless buffs. Again, decrease the active 3 skill cooldown 50% upon using a strike skill, and all of his skills are actually strike skill. So these active 3 skill cooldown is going to be reduced 50%. most of the time, guys, and I think 110% when you press the Phantom Awakening skill. Next, we are having this increase active skill damage by 350%, increase basic attack damage by 1500%. I don't know why they did this basic move. They could have added any other active skill buff or anything, attack buff or anything, but probably that would have been way more broken for this character or any character. So they did kind of they didn't know what to do with this slot. Probably they just added this basic attack because the character is not concentrated on basic attack at all, so that's a waste. Now let's talk about his skill. Active 1 skill applies stun for a certain amount of time and obtain power for each starving wolf. That is going to contribute to the buff. The stun is going to be very much annoying for any game mode, guys. Bird Knuckles recover HP from the skill. Very cool, guys. Also hyper armor, super armor, and this is power stream charging skill. This is going to be the most powerful skill. He's going to decrease enemies defense, increase damage received, remove their guard, basically tearing them apart and making them open for damage. And look at these guys, all of his skills totally 100% strike skills. Active 1, 2, 3, all strike skills. Finisher, default finisher, strike skill. The final finisher that you're going to get from the banner, Max Booster Wolf, that's strike skill. Only Power Stream X. I think which one is that? This one is a blast skill. Power Stream X. I'm not sure this one is no, this one is not the skill. This is the Max Buster Wolf. This is also strike skill, so 100% strike skill. And look at these percentages, guys. 3000%. I think he's the first character to reach 3000% with the finisher. His skills are alright, other skills, but active 3 skill 2420%. Very high percent, very high. Now he is going to be a character who is going to do damage basically everywhere. That's nothing new to be said. He is going to be effective in all the guilds, both the normal guild, guild boss challenge, aegis challenge, plug-in plant farming. Excellent character, guys. And however, now let's talk about some problems about this character. If you go, I mean, this problem is not going to be everyone's problem, that I must say, but my problem. That is, if you go to this relation, you'll see that you have to have these characters to get these effects, and none of them are actually recent meta character except Hayden. Hayden is the only ultimate meta character, and look at other than that, these two amazing ladies from this last Halloween banner, Vice and Mature, they are not recent characters. They are kind of old, but they have this linked effect. And you have this linked effect with Oswald, of course, but then again, you need to use Oswald in the team to provide the support. So that might actually be a little bit problem. But then again, you have to sacrifice Oswald, you have to make Oswald the striker and use Terry with another supports who can provide active skill damage. For example, supports like EX version of Shizuru. Another character will be Kasby, always very effective. Another support character is going to be, we'll talk about in detail in all the other support for this character in the specially dedicated review video of Terry. So it is actually possible to use this character as a striker and use this character with other team members. Other than that, there is a kind of a scarcity of really good strikers. None of the strikers from these recent collaborations are of course not related, but even in the recent banners, for example, Benimaru or characters like Athena, characters like Ash, Psyche, none of them are kind of connected. So all the people who are having all those characters at a very high level, they are not going to get the benefit of the striker skills. And you know that in different game modes you need to add strikers in order to get the stats high. Especially in I think in plug-in plan, that's the problem. That's the problem. So that's the problem. That's not everyone's problem. Some of them are actually having these strong strikers in their arsenal. So you are going to enjoy a lot with these high damages. So basically, these are the things that I wanted to talk about this banner and the special features of this character. Now you know that how these characters are going to contribute to your team, to your game, and in which places this character might actually fall a little bit shorter. I think Teddy is a character that is going to probably cover each and every part of the game, and he's going to be the next meta and top damage dealer. Unfortunately, Oswald fell short in terms of his kit and everything. So thank you for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. Don't forget to support the content, support the channel, and I hope to see you guys soon in some other videos. Till then, stay awesome and peace out, my friends.